What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Would You Watch It Again? The show review your favorite movies, anime, and TV shows. And at the end, answer the only question that really matters: would you watch it over again? I'm your host D, and today me and a homie Dooley are reviewing Mortal Kombat Legends: Snowblind. Let's talk about it. All right, so me and a homie Dooley are here to review the new Mortal Kombat movie. Dooley, what did you think of the story?
I think the story was actually pretty good. It was pretty concise this time around. I think one of the I'll put this movie pretty much story wise and overall wise in between Scorpion's Revenge and Battle of the Realms. I think Battle of the Realms was pretty scattered as far as the plot, and this one was pretty concise as far as like the story of Kenshi trying to find his way to be champion and then getting trained as trained by Sub-Zero to eventually, go take his revenge on what was supposed to be Shang Tsung, but then everybody else like Kano and what the hell is his name, Cabal, and everyone else. I think it was a pretty well put together story. Outside of that, I'll say that it almost felt like a rip off of Batman Beyond. Essentially, this is just Batman Beyond with Mortal Kombat skins. So, like, if you really think about it, but yeah, I thought it was a pretty good story though. What do you think?
Um, I thought it was a pretty lazy story. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not like the story whatsoever. That's why I was like, when you asked you to finish? I was like, I'm going to. I got 20 minutes left. I was taking breaks in between. Um, so my whole thing with the story is like we find out Kano's been like he created this wasteland or whatever, right? So
Mhm.
using some like a time thing, whatever.
Yeah,
Cool. Um, at the end when Sub Zero beats him, why the fuck did they destroy it? Why didn't they
I don't
just
know.
reverse time, son? Why didn't he was like, nah, I'm gonna go back to hell with fucking Scorpion. Why?
Yeah,
Reverse time.
that was what was interesting about this movie because it's like I didn't know if it was necessarily the future or if this is an alternate reality, but it's actually both. So like if you played MK11, Kano's ending is that he takes over Kronika's hourglass. Like his arcade storyboard ending is that he takes over Kronika's hourglass and then he resets time and then he realizes like killing everybody isn't fun. It's kind of earning my kills, which is fun. So this pretty much takes that story and makes this real and like all right, now this is the wasteland that Kano owns and everything like that. I agreed that I thought like maybe they would rewrite history, maybe revive some characters, maybe he would go back in time and, you know, revive the characters that he killed because you can essentially control time. Like you own different realities. Like if you
Yes.
own that hourglass. I think Sub-Zero is the most they were maybe trying to angle it as he's the most whatever morally righteous person, therefore no one should have this power. That's why Kronika was like the ultimate villain of Mortal Kombat, and at the end of 11, like essentially the whole story is reset. So
Uh,
yeah,
I kind of wanted to. I think the story before the story is more interesting. Like the story of how the wasteland happened, rather than oh, it's a wasteland now, is more interesting than like what's actually going on.
yeah, I didn't
It's like
like that. I mean, we said that about Battle of the Realms. Remember, we were like they shot their load on this movie. They killed all of the villains. Like they they pretty much defeated Shang Tsung, Shinnok, and Shao Kahn in one movie. Like those should have all been their separate movies. Those should have been their own exploration. And then it's weird because you rush everything into that movie, and then you try to just like expand like a side character into this movie. As like
uh,
I was kind of confused why they went that route. Um, yeah.
I I did like that this wasn't the Scorpion and Liu Kang movie. Like I'm happy to see some more characters. Like I've got the character's name from Mortal Kombat X, but like it's the big dude and has got the
Tremor,
little well,
Tremor,
well
yeah.
Trimmer and then the other character were like he has like a little girl on his shoulder, like throws her, shit like that.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember their name either because they were
Yeah.
only in that game. I can't remember their name either. Yeah.
So it was cool to see like those other characters brought, but I wasn't the biggest fan of the story. Um Character wise, like what'd you think of the characters in the movie?
I think they did good. I mean, like you were saying, like giving the side characters some exploration was interesting. Like I like that Kano was finally like a legitimate villain. I love that they gave Shang Tsung some praise. They even give like, even though Kenshi's whole story is like kind of centered around Shang Tsung in a lot of ways, that he's the person that blinds him. I thought it was cool that he was finally like, the protagonist of a story for once because I think the first time I saw him was in like Deadly Lions or something, and then he was just kind of a side character even in that, but he is supposed to be like noble and everything, and then he was in the show Legacy for Machinima, but like they never really gave him the spotlight. So I really like that they kind of developed him like prior to getting blind. Like, oh, he's a fighter. He knows how to fight really well. And then I love that they kept Sub Zero like as old man Sub Zero. Like we've
Mm.
seen him in this form before. We've seen him kind of be like, I don't know. We've seen him as a trainer and kind of as like a father figure for him. We've seen him train people in MKX and things like that. Like kind of like redeem like his cybernetic brother and things like that. I like that. I love the team up again of him and Scorpion. I also love that these characters didn't shy away from how like gory they were gonna get.
Well,
Like,
yeah, it's Mortal Kombat.
yeah, like Aaron Black was in here and he's
Yeah.
just like a side villain again, and he's like shooting people's fingers off. Like I think they did kind of excellent with how they were in like depicting the characters essentially. Like I didn't think they did wrong. But yeah, what'd you think?
One of my favorite characters is Kenshi, so I was really excited to see like him actually in a movie and him actually like the main character in it. I like Kenshi. I like seeing the other characters. I like Cabal too. Cabal's also one of my favorite characters.
Yeah,
Love to see him. Was he a good guy though? Am I mistaken? No,
nah,
he's
nah.
always been bad.
He was always on the Black Dragon Clan, which I always like. I was surprised they did that because you haven't even heard that term since like the Deception and the Midway Mortal Kombat games. Like you haven't even heard that phrase. Like they never used the black what is it, the Black Dragon Clan or something like that. They never said that in like MKX, MK9, MK11. So
Mm.
that was cool.
I
Yeah.
didn't really care for Sub Zero. I thought it was like, son, beat them, please. Like it's like you have the power to beat. Like go beat them. What are you talking about? Let me get my ass flipped. Let me. He's a farmer and like he gets his ass beat on his way to like take food there. I'm like, son, you're crazy. Just beat these niggas' ass. Like you're being stubborn for no reason. I didn't really care for Sub Zero, but I was pretty happy that Scorpion showed up because like yeah, Scorpion's like everybody's fucking favorite ass character. So
Yeah.
I like that they brought him at the end, but he wasn't the main character. Like they let someone else shine, and I was like that the villain wasn't like the standard villain, like Shinnok or
Quan
Shao
Chi
Kahn.
or Shao
Yeah,
Kahn,
I'm
anybody?
glad someone else was a villain. So I'm happy they stepped away from the normal tropes, but it just was like their best try.
I thought it was good too. I thought it was good too. They even like they killed off one of your favorite villains. Like I don't know why Shang Tsung didn't die in Battle of the Realms, but the fact that they did like a super fatality and ripped his head off, I thought that was really really cool. I don't know, man. Like seeing everyone's abilities kind of come to light. Like I think that's the best thing about having this series done in an animated form. We have to admit that like video game movie or series adaptations, they have really good lore, but they just don't have the best execution.
Execution
like
at all.
like to me, I didn't like the Tekken's like voice acting at all, right? And in this one there was definitely like undercooked parts, but there was also things that they kind of fleshed out really well. So it's like I left the movie kind of really I was left the movie kind of impressed. Like I wasn't blown away by it, but it was definitely like a lot of mid sections in it, you know. Like
Mm.
I didn't I wasn't like I still enjoyed enough like of the fight scenes where like you have people getting their eyes gouged out and everything like that, and then Sub Zero getting his arm ripped off and then like
Dude,
making an
the
ice
frozen
arm out
arm.
of that is
Yeah.
kind of like they went in with all of their abilities. They didn't hold back. And then Kano finally not having a soul and like he's just pretty much invincible now or something. Some super cyborg can't die. Like I don't know. I like that they touched on so much. Like the creators of it paid attention to the lore of the actual like story and everything, but they just went their own way. I just think this movie was for I think this movie was for the die-hard fans of Mortal Kombat, not really like a casual fan personally. So yeah.
So let's answer the most important question. Would you watch this again?
Yeah, I would watch it again. But that's also because I'm a die-hard Mortal Kombat fan.
Mm.
It's not without its flaws. Like I said, it's essentially a Batman Beyond ripoff. It felt I think the second half of the movie was super rushed. But I
That's,
think it does what it was intended to do. I think like it's literally the game has been based off of the most gory kills, and it did that. Fight scenes were spectacular. The vision of Kenshi as he fought with the sword was amazing
they
too.
always are. I never have a problem with the movies with their fight scenes because like that's the one thing they're going to get right. It's the one thing they have to get right. It's a fighting movie. It's a movie about a fighting game. You have to get that particular part right, if nothing else. Um, I don't think I would put it on again. Like I don't think I'll watch the full movie again because it's like again the story is just not enticing to me. But like if you were to put on some fight scenes, I'm like, oh, that's fucking cool. But like I'm not gonna watch this movie again. Like through and through. Like I already took breaks in between watching it the first time, so I definitely don't see myself watching it like the full way through again.
Would you be interested in another Mortal Kombat movie if they did
Yes,
another like alternate reality, like a Fujin or Baraka story or something? You would
I'm all for these Mortal Kombat, whatever are
like
they all called, Legends? Yeah,
Legends,
I'm
yeah.
all for this series, like starting with like Scorpion's Revenge. Like I thought that shit was fire. Um, I'm all for them continue it. Just give me a better story. Like put more thought in the story than like you do the action scenes. Well, me don't do that, but like as much thought as into the story than you do like as action scenes, and then I think you got
Yeah.
something good
I
because
think
like the acting's
Scorpion's
good.
Revenge. Yeah. And I mean the voice acting did you think was good? You thought it
Yeah,
was good?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Scorpion's Revenge has set the bar way too high. So everything that didn't fall like everything else pretty much fell short of that. I would probably rank this in the middle as I mentioned. Like this would be it would go Scorpion's Revenge, then this Snowblind, and then Battle of the Realms in progressive of like greatness, I would say. Definitely better than the latest live action. So
All right. All right, well, like that's your thoughts on Mortal Kombat, Legend of Snowblind. Now I want to hear yours. What you think of the movie? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you think like Kano as a villain was stupid? Did you like the new like thing they did? Let us know down in the comments, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.